I think Donald Trump's a complete idiot. Hello, good evening and good night. It'd be interesting to see a conversation between Donald Trump and Greta Thunberg. I felt pretty ropey afterwards. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, exactly.
I love coffee, but I hate coffee chocolate. It's disgusting. I didn't intend to become an Amazon Prime member, but I have got it, so... Right, fire away.
I love McDonald's. Did you enjoy working there?
Well, I love McDonald's as well. I have to say, when I worked there, you get really sick of eating the food because you get free food. So for ages after I stopped working there, I didn't eat the food at all, but I do now. I really love the McDonald's breakfast. It's actually quite a difficult job. Because they get a lot of customers coming through. I love the chocolate milkshakes as well.
I think Brexit needs to stop. How can you help?
I totally agree with you. Brexit is a terrible idea. You in the future, if you want to travel to other countries in Europe, you might be restricted from doing so. And I think it's important that you've got the same freedom to do that I've had for the last many, many years. If people made the Liberal Democrats the government, we would stop Brexit.
What do you think about Donald Trump and the wall he wants to build?
I think Donald Trump's a complete idiot. I cannot believe that anyone in America thinks that he should be President of the United States. And this ridiculous wall that will cost billions and billions of pounds, dollars, sorry, is a complete and utter waste of money.
What do you think of our planet right now?
I think we all know that we're facing a real climate emergency, and until we actually take it seriously and start investing the sort of money that we need to change behaviour and to stop killing the planet, we're going to end up with real devastation around the world. We've got to do something radical now, and we've got to invest the necessary money so that when you're my age and older, the planet is still in a usable condition.
What is your favourite chocolate bar?
Well, I'm a massive Cadbury's chocolate fan, so I think it's got to be a twirl. When I was at university, I had a chocolate eating competition with someone that I lived with. I don't know whether there is a bigger bar now, but it was about that long and about that wide, and I ate a whole one in 9 minutes. My friend didn't even manage to finish it. I felt pretty ropey afterwards.
I would want to eat 2.
I don't reckon anyone could eat 2 whole bars of that. I'm not a massive fan of mince pies, I have to say. I do like those mince pies that have got crumble on the top though, instead of pastry. They're good. Got to be in the zone, or I've got to be in the zone rather. You've just got to read your questions. With chocolate, I'm on much stronger territory, I think. All right, okay.
What do you think about addiction to video games?
Well, I have to say, when I was your age, I was probably addicted to video games. And I think it's important that you get out and get good exercise as well. I used to like going out and playing football all the time.
Also, did you like playing Space Invaders and Pac-Man?
I did, yes. I had one of those little mini Pac-Man on one of those handheld games, but I was a big fan of Galaxians. I think that was my favourite. I went to a wedding quite recently. The people had arranged to have 2 old authentic video arcades, so I ended up playing Galaxians for about an hour and a half instead of dancing at the wedding. What's your favourite game? Adopt Me, what's that? What is this Adopt Me?
What can you do to help homeless people I see on the streets?
It's a very complicated issue. It's not just about providing accommodation, although that is important. It's about making sure that these people don't end up on the streets in the first place and they get the sort of specialist support that they need. That's why we're committed to putting a lot of money into mental health services, but also we need to put lots of resources into prevention so that people don't lose their homes and don't end up on the streets in the first place.
My mum recently rang the police and was on hold for over an hour and had to hang up. Are you going to be able to help stop this?
First of all, I think it's completely unacceptable that anyone trying to get through to the police it's taking an hour to get through to them. In my opinion, they have to scrap the system that they're using at the moment and make sure that people are answering the phone to the non-emergency number, because all that happens is that people then ring the emergency number instead.
What can you do to help poorer schools who need more funding?
Well, I think some schools, like your school, have really struggled in recent years. There's lots of activities that schools are really not being able to do anymore because they don't have the resources or they don't have the teachers available to go to things like forest schools. So it's really important that we get extra money into the schools so that those activities that you really enjoy doing are able to continue. Oh, my leg's gone to sleep. I don't rate the John Lewis advert this year at all. Our dog's called Betty. She just wants to mess about and stop me from working. They're too small, Freddos. So I love Maltesers, but I much prefer Cadbury's chocolate. Google gets everywhere these days. Can I change over my leg now to the other side? Is that all right?
Yeah, guys, if you think question time. You're in a much better place than the rest of them.
It's a bit like a programme that they have on BBC, which they call Question Time.
Can you do anything to help get more police and stop robberies?
There aren't enough police on the streets, and we've promised that we'll make sure that there'll be 2 extra police officers for every local area in the whole of the country.
I think it's really sad when I see animals getting caught in plastic. Can you help?
I think we all agree that it's terrible when animals get caught inside plastic, or sometimes they've been eating plastic as well in the things that they eat in the oceans. What we must do is actually ban single-use plastic altogether. I also think, and this is something personally that I think would be a really good idea, is to colour coordinate all plastics so that when we go to the shop, we know whether something is recyclable or not. And then I think people would stop buying those things and concentrate on buying products that are in the plastics that can actually be properly recycled.
How are you going to celebrate Christmas this year?
Well, the election's on the 12th of December. So I'll have 12 days up to Christmas Eve to do all my Christmas shopping, but I think I'll be a bit knackered by the end of the election, so hopefully I'll have a pretty quiet Christmas, and I'll probably eat too much, and I'll probably watch a lot of TV and a lot of football, but other than that I won't be doing very much, I don't think.
Oh yeah. What is your favourite football team?
I'm a City fan. I've been a season ticket holder for about 35 years.
I support Wolves.
They've got a good team now. Mm-hmm. They can beat, well, they did beat City this season, unfortunately, but you thought that was rubbish, didn't you?